The American West is ablaze. Wildfires are raging across California, Oregon, and Washington. Driven by strong winds and dry vegetation, these fires are spreading rapidly. The National Weather Service has issued red flag warnings. This signifies a particularly dangerous situation. These fires are not just a West Coast problem. Wildfires are increasing globally. Climate change is a major factor. Rising temperatures and droughts increase wildfire risk. This creates a dangerous feedback loop. Wildfires release carbon dioxide, accelerating climate change. The current wildfire crisis is a stark reminder of nature's power. It is also a wake-up call. We must address climate change to mitigate future wildfires. These fires threaten lives, homes, and our planet's health. Several factors have converged to create the perfect conditions for these devastating wildfires. Record-breaking heat waves have baked the western United States. This extreme heat dries out vegetation, turning it into tinder. Strong winds carry embers for miles, sparking new fires. The steep, rugged terrain poses additional challenges for firefighters. Years of drought have depleted water sources, making vegetation more susceptible to burning. These combined factors have created a tinderbox-like environment. The human cost of these wildfires is immeasurable. Thousands of people have been forced to evacuate their homes, leaving behind their possessions and fleeing for safety. Evacuation centers are overwhelmed with displaced residents. Many face an uncertain future, unsure of when or if they can return home. The loss of life is a tragic reality of these fires. Firefighters risk their lives daily to battle the blazes. Residents who are unable to evacuate in time also face extreme danger. The emotional toll on those affected by the fires is profound. Losing a home, a business, or even worse, a loved one can have long-lasting psychological impacts. The economic consequences of these wildfires are also significant. The costs of firefighting efforts, property damage, and lost business revenue are staggering. The destruction of forests and wildlife habitats further compounds the damage. Section 4. A relentless battle. Firefighters on the front lines. Firefighters are working tirelessly and courageously to contain these massive blazes. They are often working in extremely dangerous conditions, facing intense heat, thick smoke, and unpredictable fire behavior. The sheer scale of these fires is daunting. Some have grown so large that they have created their own weather patterns, generating lightning storms and erratic winds. Despite their best efforts, firefighters are often stretched thin. The resources needed to effectively combat these fires are vast. Aircraft are essential for dropping water and fire retardant, but they are expensive to operate. Firefighters need specialized equipment, food, water, and shelter, as they often work for days or weeks on end. The public can help support firefighters by heeding evacuation orders, following fire safety guidelines, and donating to organizations that provide assistance to firefighters and those affected by wildfires. Every little bit helps. Section 5. A smoky haze. Air quality plummets. The impacts of these wildfires extend far beyond the fire lines. The smoke from these fires can travel hundreds, even thousands of miles. It creates unhealthy air quality for millions of people. The air is thick with particulate matter, a mixture of tiny particles and liquid droplets. This can irritate the eyes, nose, and throat. People with respiratory problems, such as asthma, are particularly vulnerable to the effects of wildfire smoke. It can trigger asthma attacks and other breathing difficulties. Children and the elderly are also at increased risk. Health officials urge people to stay indoors as much as possible, especially if they live in areas affected by smoke. The poor air quality has forced schools and businesses to close. Outdoor activities are canceled. The smoke hangs heavy in the air, a constant reminder of the devastation caused by the fires. Section 6. Climate change, a blazing warning sign. Scientists have been warning for years that climate change would lead to more frequent and intense wildfires. These predictions are now our reality. The current wildfire crisis is a stark reminder that climate change is not a distant threat. It is happening now, and it is having a devastating impact on our planet. Warmer temperatures, drier conditions, and earlier snowmelt all contribute to increased wildfire risk. As the planet continues to warm, these trends are expected to continue and even worsen. We must take action to address climate change. We need to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels and transition to cleaner sources of energy. We also need to adapt to the reality of a changing climate. This includes managing forests to reduce wildfire risk. It means building more resilient communities that are better prepared to withstand the impacts of wildfires. The time for action is now.